Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Sue.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Sue.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about how you can convert your leads into paying clients. So what I like doing is, we have a whole host of tools that we use, but I'll say one thing that's been working well for us recently, basically calling them, really quickly, right? Inside Sales did a study a couple years ago saying, hey, if you don't call your leads within 5 minutes, you have a 20x greater chance of losing the deal. So the faster you can call them, I always get, whenever we call them really quickly, we always get a response. It's like, wow, that was really fast. And, they're really impressed by that. And one time I remember, when we're about to sign a deal, they're like, honestly, we're really impressed by your speed because you're able to get back to us so quickly. And, for guys like Neil, for example, Neil really values speed. And a lot of people out there that run companies or are, executives, they really value speed too, and they respect that.
Yes, speed is really important. Like if you don't follow up with people quick enough, you just don't close as many deals. The big thing that I found when it comes to converting leads into paying customers, it all happens to be around the follow-up. So you're going to get a lead, right? And you're going to fine-tune your sales pitch and your script and try to convert them. But it really comes to follow-up and fine-tuning the process. What I mean by that is, okay, every time are you emailing them? Are they actually opening up and reading your email? If they're not, then you're not going to end up knowing that, hey, that email was effective or not. Or if that email that you send them has a proposal, but they never opened it up and checked out that proposal, how will they ever sign up? And if they don't open it, then you can end up calling up or following up via phone, right? So I like using a tool like Yesware to help me keep track of, hey, when I'm emailing people, right? Because you're not necessarily doing all this stuff through marketing automation. You're literally emailing, let's say, through Gmail or whatever service provider you're using. You want to make sure people are reading your emails. If they don't, you won't close the deal. And everyone tries to focus on like, oh, I want to create better copy and marketing sequences to convert them from a lead to a customer. You can try that, but why not just do simple things like follow up with them and track if they're opening or not opening up your email? If they don't, then also call them. Have multiple touch points, because if you do that and you get them on the phone, there's a higher likelihood chance that they will actually close into a client.
Yeah, and you need to have a cadence too. When you're thinking about, Neil's mentioning follow up. How does your cadence look? How many times are you touching the client? And when I say touching, I mean, how many times are you calling them? How many times are you leaving a voicemail? How many times are you emailing them? Right? In some cases, people are going up to 14 to 20 touches. Inside Sales has done a study around that. Now, I know I was just talking to a friend yesterday. We had a meeting, and then he's like, yeah, I do 7 touches, right? So you make sure that you got to have a cadence that other people can follow. You got to have a process that works well for you, that you can hand off to somebody else eventually, and make sure that you're documenting this. It seems really boring. It seems really kind of, duh, but a lot of people fail to document. I was actually another person in a meeting yesterday, runs a multi-million-dollar company, and he was talking about his sales process, and I was like, this sounds really good. Do you have it documented? And he's like, no, it's all in my head. But, to me, if you're trying to scale a business out, you can't just have everything in your head. You got to write it out on paper. You got to have a cadence. You got to have a process. You got to document it.
Yeah. And then once you write it out on paper, you'll know where you can fine tune and improve things, right? Like it's all about tweaking. It's not one thing that is going to be like, oh, this is the trick to convert someone into a paying customer. It actually is a lot of little stuff that adds up. Think of it like Formula One racing. It's not someone who has like the most money who wins. It's someone who fine tunes their car. It's every little bit adds up. That's what causes someone to win, because of that extra second that they have on someone per lap. That's what causes them to win. And you don't get that by just blowing money and trying to look for that holy grail, like, ooh, this must be a new engine that's 10 times faster. No, it happens by fine tuning every little thing, and that adds up to the win, right? And the same goes with conversions from a lead to a customer. It's fine-tuning the whole process, and that's what ends up going from becoming a lead to becoming a customer.
Yeah. And for us, I mean, sometimes, our sales cycle is longer because, let's say our, contract value might be, 30 to 40 grand or so at minimum. Having a general nurture sequence, Neil kind of touched upon this a little earlier, but having a general nurture sequence where people opt in as a lead. But if you have a lot of content, like how Neil and I do, you just keep giving them good content that's evergreen over time. And, I've gotten feedback from people that eventually become clients where it's like, I wasn't ready to buy initially, but, maybe a year or two later, they come back and they're like, you've been giving us, good value, good content over time. And it's not like you're trying to sell. We really like, the headlines too. Now we're ready to work with you. And it's okay because, it's not like you're pressing them or anything, but you're just kind of, lightly giving them stuff over time. You're constantly being top of mind. So having a nurture sequence is helpful. This is why it's helpful to, produce content in general, whether it's a podcast, whether it's videos or blog posts. Just think about how you can curate it and make it a good experience for people. Neil, anything else to add?
Yeah, for every lead that doesn't convert into a customer, get on the phone with them, talk to them, find out why they didn't sign up with you, and then keep adjusting your process. So if you notice patterns that people are saying like, oh, your presentation wasn't great, or I didn't answer these questions, or I had concerns about A, B, and C, start answering those objections for future pitches. So then that way you can convert more customers or more leads into customers.
What we want to do before we take off is we want to give you a special offer. So this week, we're actually giving away one copy of Yesware. Yesware is a great sales tool that allows you to track kind of, who opened it, when they opened it, this is the person that you're emailing. And then also you're able to see, if you send them a PDF, what sections they've been reading the most. And it's just a simple, sales tool that you can also share with your team. You can share templates as well. So it just will make your life easier in general. And all you need to do, if you want a copy of this, to enter, just subscribe, rate, and review our podcast. Helps a lot. And text Marketing School, that's one word, Marketing School, to 33444, and we'll confirm a winner. Neil?
Yeah, Yesware is a great tool. Eric and I both pay for it. You can get it for free. Eric and I don't make money by giving you a free copy. There's no sponsorship or anything in it for us. Instead, we're just reaching out to all the companies for the tools and products we use and trying to work out deals with them in which we can give away a free version to you guys. It's our way of saying thanks for listening to Marketing School, and we hope that you keep coming back each and every day.
All right, that's it for today's episode. We will see you all tomorrow.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.